The first question is, how excited am I to play Black Adam? I am so excited to play Black Adam. So excited, so pumped up, so ready, so focused. So I don't have the vocabulary at times to tell you how excited I am about Black Adam. As many of you know, Black Adam is a supervillain from the world of the DC universe. And this project, again, as many of you know, because I know you've been following it, intensely following it along through the years, Black Adam has been with me for over 10 years now. And that gives you an idea of how passionate I am about this project, how passionate our $7 is about this project. Warner Brothers, New Line Cinemas, DC, they have been so incredibly supportive over the years. I mean, this is over 10 years. In 2008 is when we first started talking about this. So it has required a patience by all of us as partners. And, you know, I'm a much different man and an actor than I was 10 years ago. And I felt 10 years ago that even then, 10 years ago, I just wanted to wait for the timing to feel right. And it feels like now, the man that I've become, you know, I'm able to bring a little bit of my own life lessons and philosophies and ingrain them in the DNA of this character. And as those of you who follow the mythology of Black Adam and in the comics, which is millions of you, and for those of you who don't know, Black Adam, there's a lot of deep layers to Black Adam. He is a man who is, his constitution and his wiring and his makeup is one of resolve, and it is one of a boundless anchor, if you will. And he started off as a slave. There's some dark elements to Black Adam. And, you know, one of the things that I really loved about the character of Black Adam is that he was blessed by the wizards, by the gods, for powers, and his powers equal that of Superman, which automatically, you know, makes him intriguing to me. But he was also bestowed a equalizing power, and that equalizing power is magic, which is certainly Superman's weakness. And I'm not setting up a showdown between Black Adam and Superman, maybe down the road. But right now, I'm just giving you guys context for those of you who don't know on how powerful Black Adam is. And one of the most interesting things about Black Adam to me is the fact that when you compare him to Superman, Superman believes in truth and justice, and everyone gets their due process, even the bad guys who've done a lot of damage and harm to the world. And Superman believes in bringing them to justice, and then if justice is served properly, the bad guys go to jail. In the case of Black Adam, who is a supervillain, who then became a anti-hero. By the way, our first version of Black Adam is going to be his origin stories. So we're going to understand where he came from as he made his way to becoming Black Adam. But the difference is, you know, with Black Adam, if you wrong Black Adam and if you wrong his family, if you harm his family, or if you harm his people, then he's not going to send you to jail. He's going to rip you in half. Literally. Bang! He's gonna rip you in half. It's kind of dark, but again, that's the core of who Black Adam is. So I'm very excited about Black Adam. Our director is going to be Jama Colette-Serra, who has been working intensely over the past year. He has a great vision, a tremendous vision for Black Adam. Jama Colette-Serra just directed myself and Emily Blunt in Jungle Cruise, which will be out this summer in July. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see if we're going to come out this summer. It all depends. We will continue to gauge our global situation, and we'll see. But Jama Colette-Serra comes from a really extremely talented cadre of Spanish filmmakers, and he started off in the world of horror. And he has a great take on it. Lawrence Shear, who is our director of photography. As a few of you may know, Lawrence was just nominated for an Academy Award for his brilliant photography in The Joker. So we are assembling our Black Adam team, and we're bringing it all together, and I'm very, very excited about it.
All right, so there we have it. Welcome back. And we've heard it from Dwayne Johnson's mouth himself that he is so excited, ready to play Black Adam. And I think that his enthusiasm is just so palpable. in these clips, let's just dive into what he's spoken about. First of all, he's talking about the fact that he is more mature now than he was 10 years ago. And he thinks that because of this, that is a plus. He can bring more of himself, more authenticity of his own character to this film, and his own beliefs shall shine through. And I'm personally so excited to see his passion for this project. And, you know, he talks about how him and his production company, $7 Production, and DC are so supportive and have been patient to see this project through. And it reminds me of the fact that $7 and Dwayne Johnson had a lot to do with Zachary Levi's superhero film that came out, Shazam, and you saw that film had absolute quality. It had the right tone. It had just the right amount of heart for such a movie, and I personally love that film. I loved how Zachary Levi embodied that character, and I know that as we watch Black Adam go into production, and finally as the movie is released, the next obvious step is to see him go up one-on-one against Zachary Levi in an amazing film. And then in the future, as we see, he did tease that who knows, one day in the future we may have that great trio come together and Superman can join in the fray, and we will have a fantastic face-off. So I'm happy to see him talking about this project. And it is a curious thing to me that he does refer to Black Adam now as a villain. In an earlier post that he spoke about this movie, and he said something that was interesting. He called him an anti-hero, and now to see him call him a villain, it does lead you to understand that perhaps as they are developing his story, they want him just basically stay to that side, no ambiguity about who he is and what he stands for. And that goes to his point about how he says that Superman stands for truth and justice, but Black Adam is like more of a judge, jury, executioner kind of guy. He is about, his sense of justice is, if he's going to get the job done, he's not going to wait for anyone else to do it. So that does also lead back to that point. What is his perspective? What is his view on justice, right or wrong? So I would love to see that pursued so much more. And he does talk about the strength levels of Black Adam, this villain, or as he called him before, an anti-hero, but I see him more leaning now to him being a villain. He does talk about his strength levels in comparison to Superman, and that in fact piqued his interest about this character all those 10 years ago. And I think seeing him and Henry Cavill going off one-on-one, I think that would be fantastic. I hope DC works that whole thing with Superman being played rather by Henry Cavill. I hope they work that all out, because Henry Cavill has the physique for the role. He has the passion and understanding of what fans would like to see in a film. His Superman wasn't as cheesy as perhaps some iterations of him have been, but I think Henry Cavill needs to have another go. I think he's learned so much ever since the time he was cast, and I would like to see that also developing. But that's as a side note. Back to what Dwayne Johnson is talking about here. I love the fact that he's saying that this is going to be an origin story, and for those of you who know something about this, it will possibly be set somewhere in ancient Egypt. And personally, I would like to see that stay more to history that is accurate and is portrayed accurately. We know that ancient Egypt has had a problem with whitewashing and its history being just erased. And I would like to see more Africans, Black people in those roles in that origin movie. And who knows, as they go on through time, they can have a very interesting mix of characters. So guys, let me know who you'd like to see cast in the Black Adam origin movie, and as the film moves forward, possibly through the ages, because he is quite an interesting character. He has been around for a couple of years, so there will be a progression of characters. I heard a report that they are thinking about casting Hawkman, and just a plethora of characters as the films move forward. So I'm excited about that casting as well. So guys, let me know what you think about accurate portrayal of possibly when they touch on his history in the very beginning of the film. Let me know what you'd like to see in that capacity. So very excited to see how they're going to balance the tones of this film, which I think will be very dark, and the rest of the DC as they are developing it moving forward. Films like The Flash that are more lighthearted, Superman that can have a kind of a dual tone, as well as this the more light-hearted films that are in the DC universe. I'm so excited to see what's gonna be up ahead, excited to see the director's vision for Black Adam, and who knows, one day we can get to see all these guys face off. I'm very excited to see how DC can incorporate characters like this, Black Adam, in future films, and I would like to see him somehow, some way in a movie with Wonder Woman, because she's another character that I love in the DC universe. So as you can see, they've assembled a great team to work on this film. The director of photography, he has just such a pedigree in that. And I would like to know, would you guys like to see the hand of Zack Snyder in this in any way? Let me know in the comment section. So this is a quick update. Share your thoughts and excitement for Black Adam in the comment section. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe. I'd love to see you here again. Consider checking out my Patreon and supporting this channel as well. I would appreciate it. And also follow this channel's Twitter account and you will never miss another video. So thank you for watching once again, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.